You're listening to I Like That Story podcast number 40, The OldlyWeds. Today's story brought to you by Evolution Consulting, nationwide image professionals for styling, speaking, and stage. They stuck out like a sore thumb. In a trendy outdoor cafe, they sat among people 30 and 40 years younger. He leaned close to her, and then she laughed, a quiet, mouth-open belly laugh. She shook her head and said something back, and now it was his turn to laugh, a rumbling chuckle that was infectious. Now, the place I live is not a big town. It's probable even, that the people you notice start appearing all over the place, kind of like the way the car you bought that you thought was one of a kind, now you can see it everywhere the minute you buy it. So it took a while, but eventually I was able to introduce myself to the husband and congratulate him on what seemed like a really good marriage. Out came that rumbly chuckle of his. Well, thanks, I guess. We do have a good marriage, but probably not like you think. Well, how so? Well, I feel our marriage is a lot like many. We met. Everything about her was amazing. Everything I said was witty. Every look on her face was captivating. We adored each other. So we got married, had 3 kids, jobs, money troubles, pressures, all that stuff. And I started getting annoyed. Annoyed at how late she could be. Annoyed at how she always left the kitchen cabinet doors open. How she couldn't drive a car and fill it with gas. It was always on empty. And she got annoyed with me. I'm a fidgeter, you see, and it drives her crazy. I'd write a check, and I'd forget what it was for. Could have been $10, could have been $1,000. Those kinds of things drove her crazy. She started getting annoyed with me. I thought about divorce. A lot of our friends were getting divorced. Seemed like a quick way out. Maybe I'd have done it if a friend of mine hadn't lost his wife to cancer around that time. After she died, I'd take him out to coffee, and I saw more than grief. I also saw all the things this guy had to do by himself now. All the cleaning, mowing, dishes, yard work, laundry, car repairs, and he was lonely too. Selfish, I know, but I started realizing how much better it was to have an imperfect spouse than no one at all. Well, then the kids left and we were on our own, the 2 of us, and I started to appreciate just how good a decorator she is, appreciating how good she is with little kids, appreciating how quickly she can whip up a meal when we're both hungry. And then I started admiring how kind-hearted she is. She is so patient with owly grandkids. How she can make sure each season is celebrated with special foods and decorations around the house. You know, he said, it's even better now than when we started. Back then I was blind to her faults and she to mine. And the faults are still there, even bigger in my case. He chuckled again. But now I see all those things in her that I admire, and I am delighted to be in her company. I realized after talking to him that all those words he said began with A, and described the lifespan of a marriage as good as anything else. Adoration, annoyance, acceptance, and admiration. All in all, not a bad way to spend a life, is it? Thank you for listening. As you can tell, I believe in the power of story. Story changes lives and encourages people to overcome obstacles so they could live a life of peace, passion, or purpose, whatever that might look like to them. And stories also change business, clarify a mission for a group, and offer a culture that encourages growth in many ways that are measurable and many ways that are unmeasurable. To find out more about what I write or where I speak, you can find me on my website, ilikethatstory.net. Until next time, I'm Jeff Gould. God bless.